What is up, guys? Welcome back to another update, and welcome back to the Ace Crypto YouTube channel. So we're going to jump straight in today with the 1 trillion market cap, looking very good there. Moving on down, so we've got some interesting things happening in the news. Bitcoin 24k, we did hit 25k yesterday, as you can see there. We did hit 25k, roughly around that mark right there. We did come back down for a landslide that we will go over shortly. Ethereum 1,888 today, or was that 98? 98, that is. So anyway, we're definitely under the 2k for Ethereum, but we were over the 2k yesterday. As you can see there, we've slipped just a little bit down. So if we just jump on over to the chart real quickly, we can see what actually happened. So basically, Bitcoin fell off a cliff. I knew this was going to come back down by this point here, because that was a bit oversold, overbought, I mean. So then obviously it moved down. I thought we were going to basically, bounce between these two ranges here, but we hemorrhaged a lot lower. So we have found this as a resistance, as you can see there, pretty strong resistance. So I imagine we're just going to bounce above. So as you can see there, the money is definitely flowing back out of Bitcoin. So we might even see a little bit of a lower Bitcoin, but I do see it basically jostling between this range there. So the big news today is going to be Kwon. So Kwon's finally done an interview after the Terra Luna collapse, basically. So if you go onto the Coinage website, you can connect up your wallet. Yes, you heard that right, MetaMask wallet. And then you can actually mint an NFT. I think it's only like $2 or something. It's a subscription NFT. See, mint subscriber NFT. So if you mint this NFT, then you're able to actually view the interview, but I'm assuming it's going to be online anytime in the next couple of hours, so make sure you keep an eye on that. As soon as it does drop, I will be watching it, and I will be doing some form of reaction to it, because it's going to be a rather interesting interview to find out, where he's coming from and what he thinks about this whole situation. So let's move on down. Cardano 55 cents, XRP 36. So XRP is down a little lower than it was last couple of days. As you can see there, number 7. So Cardano has overtaken XRP for the number 6 slot. So we've got Solana's moved just a little bit, 0.6% over the past hour, which isn't too bad. Nice bit of movement. So Dogecoin pumped the other day, was a nice little pump there. Shiba Inu obviously pumped as well, if you didn't see that. So Shiba Inu actually reached this 10 trillion market cap, I think. Oh, maybe not. I thought it reached this 10 trillion. Never mind. Moving on, we got Matic, 96 cents. That's a good buy. Anything below $1, I think, is a very good buy for Matic. Definitely going to be a coin to watch for in the future. I think that's going to be an absolute demon. So what else have we got going on? There was a hack from Polkadot recently. So I imagine the price of Polkadot's gone down just a little bit. Filecoin. I like Filecoin. As you guys know, I mention it quite a lot. I like Filecoin. It has a good utility and a good use case. VeChain, ICP is a good one as well. I like ICP. ApeCoin, I probably will be buying a bag when it drops down to about $5. HBAR, I'm just waiting for something to actually happen with HBAR. But anyway, let's just move on very quickly. Looking at the crypto bubbles today, as you can see, we are definitely having a red day. Celsius down 15%, so that's not very good for them. But I imagine it's going to go back up, because Celsius is doing the right things to obviously bring back a lot of customers and a lot of money to the Celsius protocol. So I'm hoping they're going to do some good things in the future. They have got a bad rep at the moment, but hopefully something's able to actually squeeze out of there. So Sheeb, Anchor, Leo, and Hot are pretty much the only ones. Hollow, alright, Hollow, okay, yeah. I gotcha. Yep, so it's a pretty red day. If we just go on over to the week, we'll probably have a green week. There we go. Celsius up 105%. Anchor's doing well. Hex is doing well. Sheep 25% pump. That was very nice. Doge a 7% pump. I managed to actually grab that 7% pump. So I made about $100 on top of that, which was nice. Moving on, what else have we got going on today? So we'll jump on over to the news. Let's go for this one first, the Kwon interview. So Kwon obviously is the CEO of Terra Luna, or what are they actually called? Terra something Labs? Terraform Labs, there we go. Terraform Labs, what they're actually called. So he's the CEO, and basically he's doing this first interview since the basically implosion of Luna, and basically what he feels and how he thinks this is all gonna go. So it's gonna be a rather interesting one, guys. It's gonna be a rather interesting one. We did have some. There it is. We did have a bit of few bits here. Kwon goes public for the first time. 45 billion collapse. So these are some of the quotes. Terra was supposed to be a stable coin. It didn't remain stable. Well, therefore it must be fraud, it must be a scam. Crypto is still sort of like the wild, wild west. I think I developed sort of an alter ego. So what he's saying here basically is he wanted to make the stablecoin, the algorithmic stablecoin. It obviously didn't remain stable, which obviously it didn't. But is it really fraud? This is the question. This is what everyone is asking. Is it fraud? Did he know this was going to happen? He did move a lot of funds when he saw this was happening, in first hand. So, a bit of money laundering there, or a bit of money hiding, essentially, embezzlement, whatever you want to call it. So there's definitely problems there, but whether it actually was a scam or fraud is another question. The thing about this is, like, the Tornado Cash developer, he's been arrested. Kwon is still free. He's still free to do what he likes. Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, 3 Hours Capital, a lot of these people are still free. So why is Tornado Cash being arrested and sanctioned, but Terra Luna is still able to continue under Terra C and Terra 2.0? Yes, but the algorithmic stablecoin was starting to become industry standard. I mean, it was, but it was never a good idea when you actually thought into it. Because as soon as the market collapsed, which inevitably it always does, then we had massive, massive problems, as we just did. So it's tough for him to watch his past comments. Yes, it is. It's tough for us all to watch, dude. It's tough for us all to watch. Accusations of fraud, Terra downfall. So this is all going to be spoken about in the interview, so make sure you catch up on that one, guys. So let's start off. Judge grants Ripple a request to review videos of the SEC officials. So this is going to be an interesting one for Ripple. Good news for Ripple. What are we looking at? Serve 2 subpoenas to authenticate 7 video recordings the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's officials made public remarks. Okay, yeah, so basically they're going to look into these videos and see what they can decide, essentially. Moving on. Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. Kevin O'Leary says sovereign wealth funds will determine top crypto by market cap. So basically what this one's all about, we all know Kevin O'Leary was on Shark Tank. Basically what he's saying is believes a certain group of deep pocket investors will dictate whether bitcoins remain at the top. So what he's saying this one is that when I talk to sovereign wealth, I don't care if it's Norway or the UAE or Saudis, they want a bitcoin. So they want Bitcoin. They don't want Ethereum. They don't want Kwon. They don't want HBAR. They don't want any of these other ones. They want Bitcoin. And so basically what he's saying here is Bitcoin is the one that everyone's going to store their wealth in, essentially. This is where big money is going to flow. Like, use case for Ethereum, but money, stores of wealth and everything is going to be at Bitcoin. So moving on down. It's about 50 base points on the low end and 300 base on the high end, and 99% of the time they say Bitcoin. So basically they're asking, when you ask them if they could buy any digital asset, which one would it be and what allocation? So 50 base points with a low end of 300 base points, and 99% of the time they're saying Bitcoin. So this is why I don't think the Bitcoin flipping in is going to happen anytime soon, which is obviously when Ethereum is going to swap places with Bitcoin. I mean, Ethereum is going to do fantastically well in the future, but I still don't see it flipping Bitcoin anytime soon. So that's a really interesting one there. Good perspective from Kevin O'Leary. Moving on to ADA. ADA will on Cardano's 3 main advantages over proof-of-stake layer 1 blockchains. So this is going to be an interesting one for me because I've already read through this and I've got some problems here. I do have some problems. Many of the heads in the sand about it, but Cardano so far has done security, staking and decentralization of block production better than any other proof-of-stake protocol. I mean, does it though? I can think of takes a bit of time, but no reason to think it won't be the same for DeFi scaling and governance, in my opinion. I mean, if you look at this bit here, so he went on to comment Cardano's total value locked. So he's boasting about the total value locked, but when you actually look at the figures, you got 38 billion for Ethereum and only 100 million for Cardano. It's literally the 28th place in terms of staking. That's not good. That's not very good. And not in terms of stake, in terms of value locked, total value locked, which basically means, our money essentially inside of, locked up inside the staking protocols. Why you do this? Why you do this? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. We'll move on for a minute and we'll come back to that. Anyway, Bitcoin, ETH, Doge fall amongst activity in China. So basically this one's all about the activity in terms of the market in China is collapsing over July, August. So it's not looking good in China at the moment, with everything sort of like coming down to a bit of a slow halt. So this is why everything's slowing down a little bit. The dog coins are always very popular in Asia. I'm not too sure why, to be honest with you, but they are very, very popular in Asia nonetheless. Okay, moving back to the other website. Crypto industry eyes up SEC regulation by enforcement ramp up. So regulation by enforcement basically means what they're going to do is pick and choose per case. So like Tornado Cash, for instance, let's sanction them to the moon. The Coinbase, insider trading, let's sanction them to the moon. Let's arrest them. So, crypto-related cases and enforcement actions have picked up in recent weeks. The SEC's most recent charged 11 people for allegedly creating and promoting fraudulent crypto pyramid and Ponzi schemes called Forsage, 300 million from retail investors. He's also talking about the Coinbase employees and his friend for insider trading. So basically, it's going to be a pick and choose who they want to go after and why they want to go after them. It's not going to be a blanket term in terms of regulation. This is what they mean. So it's not going to be a blanket term where everyone can obviously have some regulation and clarity, if it was some regulation clarity and a blanket regulation that everyone could adhere to. But the problem is it's on a peer-to-peer basis, which isn't good. Let's move back down, essentially, on this one. So basically what he's saying here is no VC involvement, okay. No borrowing, no lending, no stable coins, no synthetics, no staking yield at hurled rates. So why would you stake on Cardano if it's got none of these things? Yeah, that might mean that the total value locked isn't very high and they managed to do that on their own. But like, if it doesn't have any of these, then it's basically a bare bones blockchain that isn't doing a lot, So why would you... I don't get it. A bet on Cardano is a bet on the majority of potential users. Potential users that aren't on board yet. Potential users. So you're betting on the potential users of onboarding users. That worries me a lot. We are literally counting on the fact that we are hoping on the fact that people are going to use the platform. That worries me a lot. It's roughly in between Bitcoin and most on the on-edge famous for DeFi L1 protocols. That just doesn't make any sense, guys. That doesn't make any sense. So let's just move on from Cardano, you know what I mean? Because I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Crypto needs environmentals, enabling an environment, Filipino Bank says. So basically what this one is about is enabling crypto to actually grow in a safe space. Whereas the problem at the moment, there's no safe space for crypto to grow. There's no regulation, there's nothing. There's just the wild, wild west, as Kwon reports it. So they are not wrong. We do need, obviously, much more... what do you say? Much more regulation and much more clarity and much more drive behind the crypto adoption. Obviously, we've done the Kwon thing. So keep an eye on that one, guys. This is going to be a really big one, and you're going to learn a lot of the inside and in-depths into Terra Luna's downfall to stop it from happening again, essentially. So this is going to be a really good one to be watching. Mana's network activity can bring a shorting opportunity. So all through my Discord, MCR Trading, jump on over there, first thing in the description. Brilliant bunch of guys in there, about 4,000 members, but it's a trading, mainly a trading... guild, essentially, trading guild. So yeah, Mana, a lot of people in the chat were talking about this as well, the shorting opportunity for Mana, so that might be a good one if you are onto the trades. Monero rolls out enhanced privacy features. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about this one, guys. Let me know down below, because I'm curious as what people see Monero privacy, with the problem with privacy is like blockchain technology is trying to bring clarity, not privacy, openness, not closed doors, essentially. So this worries me a little bit. This is why I'm not a massive believer in Monero. I mean, it's going to have its uses, obviously, but like in the wrong hands, obviously, it's the money laundering side of things is quite worrying with this, So obviously, let me know down below what you think about this one, guys. There's a Monero hard fork with more privatization, essentially. Make this your node wall as updating Monero. Yeah, so let me know let me know down in the comments below. It'd be interesting to find out what you think on this one. So the last thing we have is Ethereum ICO era. So ICO, initial coin offering era of the Ethereum when that first got dropped. Will address transfers 140,000 Ethereum. Oh my god, could you imagine having that much Ethereum, guys? That would be a crazy. So just a month prior to the merger, he's moved a lot of it to different wallets. So to me, this is either staking or he's actually going to sell. You know, this is basically what people are thinking. Participates in the Genesis initial coin offering and obtained about 150,000 Ethereum. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Transferred 145,000 ETH to multiple wallets as ETH price surged with 3-month high $2,000. The transfers were made in batches of 5,000 per transaction and a few transactions over 10,000 ETH. So obviously he's gone to a multiple wallets. It doesn't look like it's entered exchanges yet, so that's a good thing. Total value transferred in ETH is over $280 million. If you think about it, if he waits for the 5 to 7k Ethereum, that's over, you know, it's nearly $1 billion there. Nearly $1 billion. That's a ridiculous amount of money. And he only has 0.1 ETH in his balance left over by the end of all these transactions, which is quite funny, really, when you've got 150,000 ETH and you're left with literally 0.1. It's quite funny, you know. I'm assuming that was for a lot of the transactions fees and stuff. So basically what actually happened as well is he transferred 5,000 Ethereum in 2019, trading at $219 for over $1 million. So I'm assuming this was for something to live on, you know. Being as he had all this Ethereum, it was a good idea for him to sit on it, because now he's close to $1 billion in the next couple of years. You know, now obviously he needed something to live on for the next couple of years since 2019, you know, so $1 million is nothing bad to end it on. So I don't think he's going to sell it all. I think he might be putting this to proof of stake. Why not, essentially? Why wouldn't you make yourself a validator? Sell the news, mega dump come in, possibly, maybe selling 5,000 ETH to open 5,000 future nodes. I mean, he's not wrong. So I think it's probably more to do with staking than it is to do with selling. It might be half and half, but like they say through this article, 140,000 ETH isn't enough to upset the apple cart too much in terms of where does it say this? I'm sure I said it somewhere along here, but anyway. So that has roughly been the news. A couple of topics, a couple of coins to look into. Casper. So Casper's been an interesting one over the past couple of days. A lot of people have been in my chats talking about Casper, so do your research before you invest. But it seems like an interesting protocol to me. Ticks all the good boxes. Kwon stamp as well, which is good. So yeah, make sure you check in that one out, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. We do these every single day, and you will guarantee to make some money by the end of these. By the end of the bull run, guys. You know, the bull runs come in. It won't be for another 12 months or so, but when it does, that's when we make some money. So we grind in the bear market to obviously reap the rewards of the bull run. So make sure you're following all the socials, guys. This is where you get all the alpha information. If you do want to follow over on the TikTok, we go live every single day over there, so I would appreciate it. So thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.